Dan here, Central DD Speed Shop. So we're back home doing a little bit of, well, day job stuff, but we looked at that motor from John the other day. I don't know how, are you doing this in order? How are the videos coming out?
Great question.
Anyway, I'm getting the motor delivered. I paid extra for it, of course, but in the meantime, we need this engine crane on the other garage, so we gotta deal with that, and it's a flip-flopping disaster. We actually spent the last day cleaning up the house because we kind of left in a a haste when we left, I guess. It was a lot going on. So what we got here, 55 Nomad and 70 Chevelle. Now people are always asking, what are you doing? What's the plan? Why aren't you bringing all your tools out and stuff like that? Well, I don't know. We did, you know, when we moved out west, we didn't know what way we were going to go with things, and ultimately things are starting to make more and more sense now. Reality is, we'll get to this again. This I kind of bought because I was an idiot and I just couldn't say no to it, but it's not going to happen in the next 3 or 4 videos, just so everyone's aware. Everything is packed in the car. I think I messed up the 1/4 panel, so I'm into it for another 1/4 panel. I'm going to have to buy one, and we'll bring her west. Now I've said before, because we're between both now with work, I want to have cars in both places. So I think what's going to happen is probably in Manitoba, we'll have the more finished cars will stay here, and just so I can have some drivers and stuff like that, and we can still film some things, but it won't be big projects like this. It'll be mostly, you know, well, I guess it all depends on what your version of a big project is, but what I want to keep here is probably my 71 Nova. It'll probably be a cool car to have here. We have that Ford truck. I'd like to leave that here. What else is in storage?
My car.
Your car's going to come out west probably. The 47 Chevy probably stay here, and in the other garage, Danny's Chevy 2 will probably stay here. Oh, and my black Nomad. I think that'll stay here. And I'd like to bring this Nomad west. Danny's 57 west. Is that all the cars we have? This one west. But so that's the plan. So there's currently today, as of whatever it is, December something, when I haven't changed my mind yet, but that may all change. The motor getting dropped off was actually, the motor was gonna be in this, but then somebody went and bought themselves a 57 Chevy 2-door hardtop, so that's now what the motor is for. It was in a Tri-5, it'll go right back in a Tri-5. Now I thought I had the electric wipers somewhere in here for 55 Chevrolet, but shocking, I can't find it. But what we have to do is move this engine crane next door. Maybe we can go through a few things and kind of give some updates as to where everything's at. I know we've done a lot of videos all over the place, but we gotta see what's going on. Now unfortunately, man, the tenant's got that's top of the line Toyota right there. Must be nice. All we have is 2 Nomads. I kind of want to bring that carburetor. You think that would fit in the suitcase too?
If it's empty, we can probably keep it fit. I have that.
We have to bring the carburetor and camshaft.
Is that stuff inside? So I have to figure out packing it, because we might need to run out quickly and get a duffel bag.
A duffel bag full of car parts?
Yeah.
Dang it. Okay. Don't scratch the guy's fancy truck.
That would be bad.
That's a him problem. Track us down. We don't live here no more. Okay.
Oh man, we haven't done this in forever.
You know what I miss? The Bobcat, the tow truck, everything. Boy, I rented a stupid Dodge. Oh no. We're gonna, this sucks. So, people are asking why we still have tools here and stuff. Well, again, I do want to be here. What's that?
For the millionth time, we'll tell to.
We do want to. We summer in Winnipeg, but you know, parents are here and stuff like that. We still have a job out here, so instead of having hotel life, I decided we'd try and swing it. Whew. And keep the home so we can have the hot rods here, because as much fun as working, I really parked like a ding dong here. I'm gonna move this Dodge over. I wouldn't recommend a Dodge half ton, I'm not gonna lie, if you're in the market for one. Danny really likes it.
I hate this thing.
Ugh. Gentle.
This is such garbage.
The traction control is a little touchy. You know what? There's gonna be a bunch of junk in here, I bet.
Yep.
You think? Do you think that's what's gonna happen? Oh yeah. Stuff everywhere. Huh. We left.
I'm just saying, remember yesterday I was like, I'm pretty sure there isn't room for it in this garage.
Well, was there room for it in the other garage?
Well, that was a hard lesson that you have to find out.
I'm not gonna lie, I had forgotten all about that motor until John called me and was like, oh, your motor's ready. Here's how much you owe us. And I was like, oh yeah, right. And then he said, we've got a lot going on. Can you take it? And I was like, I got 2 garages, sure. Yeah, here we are. Oh. Whew. Whew. Okay, so what do we got here? Got going on? Well, maybe I'll just tunnel a little path here. This thing runs, we can move it over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's warm up and we'll let the garage heat run for a bit. And we'll kind of clean all this junk. This is all stuff. So what's happened here is I put a bunch of things here I wanted to keep nice. And then the other night I went in here and the lights were off. And that I stepped on it and it shattered because it's cold. But I'm starting to.
This was also stuff that was in the trunk of this when we went and dropped that motor off.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, we took all this stuff out of the trunk so we could put the motor in.
Well, there's some good stuff here. Is this, oh, it's 4-door trim, but Tri-5 trim. What's this drive shaft from? Oh, yeah, we're flying. Yeah, we could do that.
And then just move this panel and it's done. That's lots of room.
Think this thing will start?
Of course it'll start. It's my baby.
It is rather cold out. Are the keys in it?
Nope.
They're not. Okay. Well, let's just lightly pause and we'll go find the keys to that thing. And I'll clean a little bit of junk up here. And then I want to bring out some more stuff. So the plan is I'm piling things up here because in the next, well, I don't know, Christmas and all that's in the way and work's been crazy, but I'd like to fly back, rent a U-Haul, and probably bring that motor back. I gotta try and find some other stuff. I have a transmission I want to bring, all this other junk, possibly some more tools. These are treasures, Danielle, that you wouldn't understand. But okay, let's let the garage warm up. Now we've moved that. That was the real pain. We'll clean everything, jam it in here, do a quick inventory. We'll look what we got over there as well, and bring a few bits home. I love bringing car parts home. That's my favorite. Carburetors. I really want that window motor, but I don't see it obvious. It must be in Alberta. Man, Remember when I'd lose things before and it would be like, now it's a whole, what province did I forget this in? Problems. Okay, we'll be back shortly. Well, I think this through-ish. You're in my way. It's tight in here. What? Who could work in this little garage? All right, I'll see you later. Well, it is multiple hours later. Danny's actually out with her friends, and I have no friends. Well, John Cecil, I saw them yesterday. Anyway, I've done a little bit of cleanup. I'm not doing a whole lot here. I mean, I'm out of here. I gotta go work tomorrow in the morning for a little bit, and then I'm catching a plane back home. So all we really want to do is that big block. It's going to be right in that area. Just kind of, you know, drop down. So we got the engine crane there for him. Man, this car, I love this car. So this thing hasn't got as much use out of it as maybe would have liked. So I bought this car a couple of years ago. It was like a pretty original-ish. It had a repaint on it at some point, and someone had, you know, kind of played with the interior. But it was a 6-cylinder kind of nothing car. Oh, Danny must drove it last. Seats all the way up. 6-cylinder automatic, plain Jane, and we kind of went whole hog on it. We decided to build it for cruising the coast. So John Cecil, they put this gnarly little 327 together, and this thing sounds so good. Honestly, favorite sounding motor I think we have. The Turbo 350, and then it's got a 9-inch in the back, and things didn't go to plan, I should say. I was going to have a real steep gear in it and a gear vendor, and by the time the gear vendor showed up, it was kind of too late and we had to go. So the gear vendor went on the shelf, and I put a 3.0 gear in it, and it didn't have enough converter. So it's a little doggy, but it's a high winding small block that makes all the power, you know, up at like 7,000 RPM, 6,000 RPM. So what this thing has needed since day one, and I've always known it, is it needs more torque converter, like a really loosey, you know, torque converter, and like 48 gears, what John wants to put in. So maybe that'll happen in the spring, because I think this is probably, like I said, a bit of a Manitoba car. It'll just kind of cruise around. It's so reliable. Like, they literally built that motor. I picked it up. I put it in the thing, and I think within a week or 10 days, it made a 3,000 mile trip to Georgia all by myself. I drove 3 days straight, and that was it. But a little bit of coolant. You know, it is what it is. It's since rusty and stuff. It lived a few months down in Georgia. We got it back, drove it a little bit in the summer. We were contemplating selling it, but ultimately decided I've got more money in this thing than it's worth, which is kind of how my life works. I overpaid for this car according to the internet. I think I paid $5,000, $6,000 for it, but all it needed was very small floor pan replacement, and everything else was just like fun stuff that we did. I put a windshield in it, maybe. Might have come with a windshield, actually. I forget. But yeah, so we got the battery on there. I found the keys. Let's see if we can drive this, or at least fire it up. Oh, Danny's got the... Everything is just... what is this thing? Oh yeah, it's got a ignition box deal to play with the timing. What's going on? According to this, we should have everything. Is it just fuel? Nothing's happening. Oh, there we go. The wideband stopped working at some point. It reads perfect all the time, which it's not. Oh yeah. So I have to nurse it a little bit. This thing has got two 650 FST double pumpers, no chokes, no nothing. Now the garage is, I don't know, maybe 10 Celsius or something like that, 5 degrees. It's definitely chilly, but it's not cold. Maybe I should open the door before I start seeing colors, or smelling colors, or seeing smells. Oh yeah, sure, a little foggy in here. Oh, Chevy 2 letdown. So we're gonna fire this thing up. I just want to squeeze it over just so they have a little bit more room. I could probably pull it ahead a little bit actually. Just kick this over. So yeah, man, honestly, I'm pretty sure I had the headers before I even had the whole car, because Chevy 2 fender well headers are the absolute coolest. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of junk in the way. Okay, I'm gonna let this warm up. I'll move those boxes, garbage cans, this pile, and we'll see if we can drive this thing. Well, back it out. Well, she's running. She's a little angry. It's kind of got a bit of a mist there. It's cold out. So it's a little late. No one's lights are on. But it sure does sound good. Other than that occasional poppity pop miss. Let's see if she'll move. Oh yeah. Odd for teacher idle. Sorry, neighbors. Oh, hood's up. Oh. Them little tires, they just kind of push through on the old greasy ground. Who would have thought about that? Okay. Well, we got a little bit more space. I got to bring out, let it air out a little bit. I got some doors, 57 Chevy doors. I want to bring out here in case I can swindle some of my buddies to come visit out west. Oh, cold. Man, this thing, it's such a cool little hot rod there. It definitely looks like it had a little gear oil leak or something like that. I know Newburn did complain it leaked a little bit in his precious yard, but he's a bit of a wuss, that guy. Yeah, so that's that. We got up to temperature, got like 150 degrees, so that's always good. Man, all this junk, who'd have thought? I could use it all. So, I know we kind of talked about it earlier in the video, but garage door dilemmas. I do want to grab a carburetor up here. This and a camshaft will fit in Danielle's luggage. I wonder if you can just toss all this stuff in a duffel bag. It's just gonna, there's no gas in it. Doesn't smell too gassy. Probably be okay. So this carburetor was on that car. It's just like a 650 double pumper brawler deal I got off Amazon. But we said in the last video, or maybe, I left that out because I had to take that and return that gas. I want to build a hot rod motor for this thing. I kind of feel we came real close to selling it when we were moving west, but we ended up kind of pulling her together, scraped all the pennies together, because I honestly felt if this car went, I probably wouldn't be able to find another one in this shape in my lifetime with any sort of budget. And this was a lot of money as it was for me, so I think it's a keeper. So I want to put a gnarly little small block in it, turbo 350 with a gear bender, and then I think I'll probably end up putting another one of those 9 inches that I put in that 55 Chevy. So kind of buy once, cry once. We're through the crunch now. I didn't really spend a whole lot of money on myself, and I'd like to. I bought a few cars and stuff. We sold a few, so it all worked out. And ultimately, motor was in this thing was junk, so no loss there. There remain a small block, so it'll bolt in. I'm not gonna put fender well headers on it. I'm not gonna cut up any of the nice sheet metal. This thing is so nice, I don't want to mess it up. The hood is junk. We need to find a hood for it. This is the transmission that came with it. It's a 3-speed overdrive deal. I never even checked if the overdrive worked, but we can keep all that. We can run the small block with the front Tri-5 mounts. I have factory reproduction Tri-5 radiator, so we're not going to have to screw up a whole lot of things there, assuming that keeps everything cool. The car will stay, you know, relatively stock, original, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I miss this thing. This is a really nice car. Brown, but look how nice the door closes. Oh my goodness. I would like to maybe get a PDR guy, take a look at it. Well, that's that. I know we talked about the Chevelle a little again, but I don't know what the plans are for this thing. I do have that other small block. Now this, again, looks like an absolute disaster. People are asking about this car all the time, trying to give me pennies on the dollar for it. You know, I didn't pay much for the car, a few $1,000 maybe, but it does have brand new floors, front to back, mostly installed. I think I must have done wheel tubs on one side and out the other. And then I did butcher this quarter, unfortunately. It fits one way but not the other or something like that. I don't know what I did there, but I think I'm going to buy a quarter because they're only a few $100s. Hey, I'll admit when I make a mistake. Almost every day I do that, but everything else seemed to fit really, really nice. Oh yeah, new trunk pan, front to back. Yeah, wheel tubs. So I would like to get back on this one. Unfortunately, it does require quite a tow to get home. So that's the thing. Our new place, the new shop is, which is where most of the heavy duty fab will be happening. Going forward, it's 14 or 16 hours, whatever it is, drive. So maybe in a few months or a month or something, I may fly back, get a U-Haul, maybe even get a trailer, load everything up, and maybe try and bring this. This might be a bit of a disaster. Maybe this will come. I'm not really too sure, one or the other. But like I said, the plan being have a few cars here and a few cars out there. So the cars that are here have to be in decent shape. So, 'cause I don't want to do a whole bunch of work here. I'm not too sure. This house is probably going for sale. Carrying a couple houses, as it turns out, is not for me. Dealing with renters when you're way far away, it's not the plan. Now all this stuff, these are things that I had been piling up because they're simple things. So I thought if anyone was ever coming up with my parents or whatever, you could toss a box here and there. Like this little box here is just full of Nomad trim, stuff like that, which again, I don't really need, but I don't want to lose any of that stuff. This all came with that 55. You know, we have junk motor, but things like this are what I'm missing, you know, little linkages and all that sort of stuff I had. So we'll address it one more time there. People keep asking why haven't we brought all our tools out, why we brought all our cars out and stuff like that. In September, I was out in Alberta. I flew home every Friday and I drove back every Sunday, and I brought, well, U-Haul once, cars a couple of times, two different cars, the 57 and the 257 Chevys, I guess. And one time was just my truck with a bunch of stuff in it, like, you know, living. We had to live, all those things as well. So there's only so many trips you can do, and to pay someone's a fortune. Even a U-Haul was not cheap, I gotta say. And you don't realize how much crap you have until you gotta move it all and kind of pick and choose what you need. So I thought I picked the best. Obviously, I'm still missing some things and some cars. So if you're really excited to see this thing or something like that in the wintertime, I am sorry, it's probably not gonna happen, other than maybe some videos like this. This will be a simple, you know, driving on Sunday night, a few things like that. That's gonna be the plan going forward. The work we're gonna be doing here will probably be summertime stuff, door up, working in the driveway and all that, especially if we end up getting rid of that. The big shop. And with that, I will need some tools. So, you know, when you live in two different places, as I've learned, just even next door, you need two sets of tools. And when you're all the way across the country, you really do. There are some things I wish I did bring. This 4-speed transmission, I wish I would have had that now, because I did find that that little yellow motor that was in that 57 I bought turned out to be kind of cool. We have a camshaft, like I said, going to go in it. That with a 4-speed would be so cool in that 55 two-door post I got, which honestly, my vision for that is like Hot Rod Ranch style. Just kind of put it together, set of wheels and tires, rowdy motor, 4-speed, make it so it has brakes, and send it down the road to the next guy. So that's that. I'm going to go ahead and get a few things, get that carburetor, look for that wiper motor. Actually, I want to bring some doors and stuff in here. We'll do that, close the video out. I'm going to bed. I got to be at work in about 6 hours, and then we're on a plane home. Okay, I got everything out of the way. Oh yeah, that's gonna stay on. Gotta unplug it. It's so cold, it stays on. But carburetor, maybe I should blow it out or do something there. I'm sure I'll be just fine in the suitcase. And then yesterday I picked up camshaft springs and lifters. Nothing there was cheap. That was full jam retail. Well, I got the friend price with John, I'm sure. But anyways, that's coming back with us. These are a pair of doors. I don't know. They're hardtop, Tri-5 hardtop doors. And I don't know why I believe this is one. Oh, maybe not. One was an original off that the worst 57 Chevy hardtop ever that I built a year ago or 2 years ago, whatever it was. And I have since now acquired yet again an even worse Tri-5 Chevrolet. Let's get into the good looking light there. When I bought that gold 57, it came with a parts car essentially, which was just for the frame, and it's rough. It's real. It's got quarter cut off, maybe no quarters, I forget. I don't even know if it was a deck lid. It has no doors on it. It had some sort of front clip, which was actually not too bad. A decent frame, and I think it was just all sitting there. The rear end was just hanging in there, no leaf springs. But, again, it's in Manitoba. Bad with the light here. I might try and sucker my buddy Mike to tow it out to me if he wants to come for a visit or something. Or maybe I'll get it one of these days. But, ultimately, I don't know when that was going to happen. I didn't want those doors freezing in the ground, and I need them. Because the guys who bought a car for me in the summertime, 56 Chevy, they graciously donated some 56 Chevy they bought. They donated 57 Chevy 2-door hardtop quarters, so I can put those on there. I have a set of doors. It has a front clip. It has a hood, I think. And I got miscellaneous Tri-5, 57 stuff like crazy. And I can bolt it all together and just sell it as a roller to somebody who wants a real big project. But still, it's a 57 Chevy 2-door hardtop. I never thought I'd have one of those, let alone, that's my third one now. But that's where I'm going to leave it for now. Unplug the heater and go take that stuff inside. Put that in Danielle's luggage because, as any smart man does, I didn't even bring carry-on because Danny had carry-on, personal item, and a check bag. That's all you got to do. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Make sure to leave a comment below, and next time you see us, we'll be out west, where hopefully it's warmer. What is up with this weather? I can't believe I lived here for so long.